You're watching your eyes and your memory slip at the same time, and you think it's two separate problems. It isn't. It's one shortage. And a 94-year-old woman I treated proved it. She walked into my clinic reading the fine print off her prescription bottle without glasses, then rattled off her entire medication history from memory. No notes, no fumbling. At 94, her eye doctor and her neurologist had both given up trying to explain her. She told me what she'd told them, 6 seeds every morning since she was in her 50s. I checked her charts myself because it didn't add up. Macula clean. None of the thinning I see in nearly every senior over 90. Cognitive scores off the top of the chart. No pills, no supplements, just a handful of seeds. Here's what nobody connects. Your eyes and your brain are cut from the same tissue and burn the same fuel. The nutrients that rebuild your retina are the exact ones that guard the neurons holding your memory. After 60, your body runs short on them and both fail together. Your vision blurs, your mind fogs. Your doctor treats them as two problems with 2 pills. When it's one shortage feeding both, these 6 seeds carry that fuel. They flood your retina with the compounds that repair it, cross into your brain to shield the neurons, and feed both from the same handful. Pennies a day, and almost nobody over 60 eats them. Number 2 on this list did something no other seed came close to. It shielded the retina and the brain at the same time in a way that stunned the researchers who tested it, and it costs next to nothing. I've dropped every study in the description so you can read it yourself. Now, before we get going, I've got a question for you, and I want an honest answer below. How old are you? And be real with me. Is it your eyesight or your memory that scares you more right now? I sit and read these myself and I write back. Now let's start with seed number 6. Eaten every morning, it feeds your retina and your brain the exact fuel they've both been starving for since your 50s. Number 6, sesame seeds. Most people walk right past sesame seeds without giving them a second thought. They see them on top of burger buns and think they are just decoration. But that is a massive mistake, especially if you are over 60 and worried about your brain and your eyes. Sesame seeds are one of the oldest cultivated seeds in human history, and ancient civilizations used them medically for a very good reason. They contain a unique compound called sesame. And this is where things get really fascinating. A 2019 study published in the Journal of Nutritional Biochemistry found that sesame crosses the blood-brain barrier, which is something most nutrients simply cannot do. Once it gets inside your brain, it acts as a powerful anti-inflammatory agent. The researchers discovered that participants who consumed roughly 2 tablespoons of sesame seeds daily for 8 weeks showed a 17% reduction in neuroinflammation markers. That matters because chronic brain inflammation is one of the primary drivers of cognitive decline and memory loss in older adults. But sesame seeds do not stop at your brain. They are also loaded with zinc. And your eyes need zinc more than most people realize. The retina, that thin layer of tissue at the back of your eye that processes everything you see, contains one of the highest concentrations of zinc in your entire body. A study from the American Journal of Ophthalmology showed that adequate zinc intake reduced the progression of early-stage macular degeneration by 21% over a 5-year period. Sesame seeds deliver about 1.3 millilibs of zinc per tablespoon, which is a significant contribution to your daily requirement. Now here is how to get the most out of them. Raw sesame seeds have a hard outer shell that your body struggles to break down. So a lot of those precious nutrients just pass right through you. The solution is simple. Either grind them into a fine powder using a coffee grinder or a mortar and pestle, or buy tahini, which is just ground sesame paste. You can stir a tablespoon of tahini into warm water in the morning, drizzle it over toast, or blend it into a smoothie. The heat from light toasting also helps release the oils and makes the sesame more bioavailable, meaning your body can actually absorb and use it. Another excellent option is to soak sesame seeds overnight in water and eat them first thing in the morning on an empty stomach. This softens that outer shell and allows your digestive system to extract far more of those brain-protecting and eye-supporting nutrients. Start with just 1 tablespoon daily and work your way up to 2. Consistency is the key here because the benefits compound over time. But sesame seeds are just the beginning because the next seed on our list takes eye protection to a whole new level. Number 5, sunflower seeds. If there is one single nutrient that your aging eyes and brain are practically begging for, it is vitamin E. And no seed on the planet delivers it quite like the sunflower seed. Just 1 ounce of sunflower seeds, that is roughly a small handful, gives you 7.4 mg of vitamin E, which is nearly 50% of your entire daily recommended intake. That is extraordinary from such a small amount of food. A landmark study conducted at Harvard Medical School and published in the Archives of Neurology followed over 50 adults for 10 years and found that those with the highest vitamin E intake had a 36% lower risk of developing Alzheimer's disease compared to those with the lowest intake. The researchers specifically noted that food-based vitamin E, the kind you get from seeds rather than synthetic supplements, was far more effective. This is because sunflower seeds contain the alpha-tocopherol form of vitamin E, which is the most biologically active form and the one your brain actually prefers. When it comes to your eyes, the story is equally impressive. The age-related eye disease study, one of the largest eye health studies ever conducted with over 3,600 participants, found that vitamin E combined with other antioxidants reduced the risk of advanced macular degeneration by 25%. Sunflower seeds also contain significant amounts of selenium, a trace mineral that works alongside vitamin E as a team. Selenium activates special enzymes in your body called selenoproins, and these enzymes protect the delicate cells in your retina from oxidative damage. Think of oxidative damage like rust forming on metal, except it is happening inside your eyes. A 2020 study in the journal Free Radical Biology and Medicine found that selenium deficiency was directly linked to a 31% higher incidence of cataracts in adults over 65. So, how should you eat them for maximum benefit? The best approach is to buy raw, unsalted and shelled sunflower seeds. The salted and roasted versions you find at gas stations are loaded with sodium, and the high heat roasting process destroys a significant portion of the vitamin E content. Take about 2 tablespoons each morning and eat them raw or add them to yogurt, oatmeal or a morning smoothie. You can also lightly toast them at home on low heat around 170 GF for about 10 minutes. This gentle warming actually enhances the flavor without destroying the nutrients. Another powerful method is to grind them into sunflower seed butter and spread it on whole grain toast. The fat from the seeds actually helps your body absorb the vitamin E more efficiently because vitamin E is fat soluble, meaning it needs fat present in order to be properly absorbed. Now, if you thought sunflower seeds were impressive, wait until you hear what the next seed does for your brain while you sleep. If you're serious about staying healthy, active and independent after 60, hit like and subscribe now. The next insight may be the most valuable one we share today. Number 4. Pumpkin seeds. Pumpkin seeds might just be the most underrated brain food on the entire planet. While everyone obsesses over blueberries and salmon, these small green seeds quietly deliver 4 critical minerals that your brain needs to function properly. And most seniors are dangerously deficient in at least 2 of them. Those minerals are magnesium, iron, zinc and copper. Let us start with magnesium because this is huge. A 2022 study published in the European Journal of Nutrition tracked over 60 adults aged 55 and older and found that those who consumed adequate magnesium had brains that were effectively 1 full year younger in terms of cognitive function compared to those who were deficient. Just 1 ounce of pumpkin seeds contains roughly 168 milligrams of magnesium, which is about 40% of your daily requirement. Magnesium is essential for nerve signal transmission, which is how your brain cells talk to each other. When you are low on magnesium, those signals slow down, and that is when you start forgetting names, losing your train of thought, and feeling mentally foggy. Now here is what pumpkin seeds do for your eyes. They contain high levels of lutein and zeaxanthin, 2 carotenoid pigments that physically accumulate in the macula of your eye. The macula is the central part of your retina responsible for sharp, detailed vision, the kind you need for reading, driving, and recognizing faces. A 2018 study in the journal Investigative Ophthalmology and Visual Science found that higher dietary intake of lutein and zeaxanthin was associated with a 23% lower risk of developing cataracts. These pigments essentially act like internal sunglasses, filtering out harmful blue light and ultraviolet radiation before they can damage your retinal cells. The copper and iron in pumpkin seeds also support healthy blood circulation to the optic nerve, which is the cable that carries visual information from your eye to your brain. To get the most out of pumpkin seeds, eat them raw and with the shell on when possible because the shell contains additional fiber and minerals. If the shell is too tough for you, shelled raw pumpkin seeds, sometimes called pepitas, are perfectly fine. Soak them overnight in lightly salted water, then dehydrate them in the oven at the lowest setting for a crunchy, nutrient-dense morning snack. You want about 1 to 2 tablespoons every single morning. You can also blend them into smoothies or sprinkle them over salads. One trick many people do not know is that pairing pumpkin seeds with a source of vitamin C, like a squeeze of lemon juice, dramatically increases the absorption of the iron and zinc they contain. The next seed on our list is something that health researchers are now calling a true superfood, and the science completely backs it up. Number 3, chia seeds. Chia seeds are tiny. They are smaller than a peppercorn, but do not let their size fool you for even a second. Because gram for gram, they are one of the most nutrient-dense foods that exists in nature. And what makes them particularly special for your brain and your eyes comes down to one thing: omega-3 fatty acids. Chia seeds contain more alpha-linolenic acid, which is a plant-based omega-3, than any other food on Earth. Just 2 tablespoons deliver a whopping 5 g of omega-3s. Your brain is roughly 60% fat, and a significant portion of that fat is supposed to be omega-3%. When you are not getting enough, your brain cell membranes become rigid and stiff, making it harder for signals to pass between neurons. A 2021 study from the University of Oxford, published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, found that older adults who increased their omega-3 intake showed a 26% improvement in processing speed and a 19% improvement in working memory over a 6-month period. Those are not tiny improvements. That is the difference between struggling to follow a conversation and keeping up with it effortlessly. For your eyes, omega-3 fatty acids are absolutely essential. Speak. The photoreceptor cells in your retina have the highest concentration of omega-3s of any cell in your entire body. A 2019 meta-analysis published in the journal Ophthalmology reviewed 15 separate studies involving over 45 participants and concluded that regular omega-3 consumption reduced the risk of dry eye disease by 17% and slowed the progression of diabetic retinopathy by 22%. Dry eye is a massive problem for seniors because tear production naturally decreases with age, and omega-3s help your eyes maintain a healthy tear film that keeps everything lubricated and comfortable. Now, the absolute best way to consume chia seeds is to soak them. When you put chia seeds in liquid, they absorb up to 12 times their own weight in water and form a gel-like coating. This gel slows down digestion and allows your body to extract significantly more nutrients. Just add 2 tablespoons to a glass of water. Stir well, let them sit for 15 to 20 minutes, and drink the entire mixture first thing in the morning. You can also make overnight chia pudding by combining them with almond milk or coconut milk before bed. By morning, you have a creamy, delicious, and incredibly nutritious breakfast waiting for you. The key is to never eat chia seeds dry without liquid, because they can absorb moisture from your throat and digestive tract, which is uncomfortable and actually reduces nutrient absorption. What comes next might surprise you, because this next seed has been used for thousands of years and modern science is finally proving why. Number 2, flax seeds. Flax seeds have been consumed by humans for over 6,000 years. And the ancient Egyptians actually considered them so valuable that laws were passed requiring citizens to consume them regularly. Modern science is now showing us that those ancient civilizations were onto something incredibly important. Flax seeds contain 3 powerhouse components that work together to protect your brain and eyes in ways that few other foods can match. The first is alpha-linolenic acid, similar to chia seeds but with an additional twist. The second is lignans, and flax seeds contain up to 800 times more lignans than any other plant food. L-GNNs are polyphenolic compounds that act as potent antioxidants and also have unique estrogen modulating properties. A 2020 study published in the Journal of Alzheimer's Disease found that higher lignan intake was associated with a 32% lower risk of cognitive decline in women over 65 and a 26% lower risk in men of the same age group. The third component is soluble fiber, which might seem unrelated to brain health until you understand the gut-brain axis. Your gut produces about 90% of your body's serotonin and a significant amount of dopamine, both of which are critical neurotransmitters for mood, focus, and memory. The soluble fiber in flax seeds feeds beneficial gut bacteria that directly support the production of these brain chemicals. A 2021 study in the journal Frontiers in Neuroscience showed that improved gut microbiome diversity was linked to a 28% better score on cognitive assessment tests in adults over 70. For your eyes, flax seeds offer something remarkable. Their omega-3 content helps reduce intraocular pressure, which is the fluid pressure inside your eyeball. Elevated intraocular pressure is the primary risk factor for glaucoma, a condition that damages the optic nerve and is the second leading cause of irreversible blindness worldwide. A 2018 clinical trial published in the Journal of Glaucoma found that participants who supplemented with flaxseed oil for 3 months experienced an average 12% reduction in intraocular pressure. That is clinically meaningful and comparable to some prescription eye drops. Now, here is the critical preparation detail that most people get completely wrong. Whole flax seeds pass right through your digestive system, completely undigested. You must grind them fresh. Buy whole flax seeds, store them in the refrigerator to prevent the oils from going rancid, and each morning grind 2 tablespoons in a coffee grinder right before eating them. Sprinkle the freshly ground powder into your oatmeal, yogurt, smoothie, or even warm water with lemon. Ground flax seeds begin to oxidize within about 24 hours of grinding, so preparing them fresh each day is truly important. Now, it is time for the number 1 seed, and honestly what the research shows about this one is absolutely extraordinary. Number 1, black seed. This is the one seed that researchers around the world are calling one of the most remarkable natural compounds ever studied for brain and eye health. And yet almost nobody in the Western world knows about it. Black seed, scientifically known as Nigella sativa, has been used in traditional medicine for over 3,000 years. It was even found in the tomb of King Tutankhamun, placed there because ancient Egyptians believed it had healing powers so profound that you would need it in the afterlife. Modern science has now identified the reason for its extraordinary reputation. Black seed contains a bioactive compound called pyoquinone, and this single molecule has been the subject of over 1,000 published scientific studies in the last decade alone. A 2022 randomized controlled trial published in the journal Phytotherapy Research studied 60 elderly adults with mild cognitive impairment. The group that took 500 milligrams of black seed extract daily for 9 weeks showed a 40% improvement in memory recall tests and a 33% improvement in attention span compared to the placebo group. The lead researcher described the results as among the most significant improvements they had ever documented from a natural intervention. Pyoquinone works by crossing the blood-brain barrier and directly reducing neuroinflammation, neutralizing free radicals and boosting the production of brain-derived neurotrophic factor, which is essentially fertilizer for your brain cells. A 2023 study in the journal Neurochemical Research found that thymoquinone increased BDNF levels by 37% in animal models, promoting the growth of new neural connections even in aged brains. For your eyes, black seed is nothing short of remarkable. A 2020 study published in the International Journal of Ophthalmology found that black seed oil reduced intraocular pressure by 18% in glaucoma patients over a 12-week period. Another study in the Indian Journal of Pharmacology showed that thioquinone protected retinal ganglion cells, the neurons that transmit visual information from your eye to your brain, from oxidative stress-induced death by up to 45%. Black seed also shows powerful anti-diabetic properties, and since diabetic retinopathy is one of the leading causes of vision loss in seniors, this additional benefit is extremely important. A 2019 meta-analysis in the Journal of Ethnopharmacology reviewing 23 clinical trials found that black seed supplementation reduced fasting blood sugar by an average of 17, helping protect the tiny blood vessels in the retina from sugar-related damage. Now for preparation, the most effective way to consume black seed is as cold-dressed black seed oil. Take 1 teaspoon every morning on an empty stomach. The taste is strong, peppery, and slightly bitter. So many people chase it with a spoonful of raw honey, which actually enhances absorption. You can also use whole black seeds by lightly toasting them for about 3 minutes on low heat and then sprinkling them over food. Ground black seed powder mixed into warm water with honey is another excellent option. Start with half a teaspoon of oil for the first week and gradually increase to a full teaspoon. Consistency is absolutely everything with black seed, as the studies showing the most dramatic results involve daily consumption over a minimum of 8 to 12 weeks. And there you have it. 6 incredible hidden secret seeds that science has shown can genuinely support your brain power and protect your eyes no matter your age. These are not expensive miracle supplements or complicated treatments. They are simple, natural seeds that you can find at your local grocery store and start using tomorrow morning. The research is clear, the benefits are real, and the only thing standing between you and a sharper mind and healthier eyes is taking that first step. If you found this information valuable, go ahead and subscribe to the channel so you never miss another video like this. Thank you so much for watching.